if we start to look at incidents, right? So we understand that analytic rules are raising these incidents. Now we want to be able to see if an incident comes in, what type of automation can we take against that so we don't have so much manual work out here. So if we want to look at automation here, so I've created this one here, but we can walk through another one so you can kind of see the process. Creating an automation rule, just name this one Sentinel Demo. So when an incident created, when an incident is updated, or when an alert is created. In this scenario, I want to do when an incident is created. So you can have the incident provider, you can have the analytic rule. So only if it's raised by a certain analytic rule that we have, such as that user account creating using the incorrect naming format. I have a demo for that one, so we won't use that one here. What I want to do is say maybe when the incident title equals Sentinel Demo, no, I don't do that. Title equals Sentinel Demo. And the actions I want to do, I want to change the status to active. And I want to change the owner, me. And I want to change the severity to high. Description equals. Let's see if I got that right. Oh, let's have two. Description. Sentinel Demo. No, I don't want that one. Save. So quick automation rule, what's going to happen is that whenever a incident comes in that's named Sentinel Demo, it's going to change the status, change the owner, and change the severity. So let me create an incident. Title Sentinel Demo. Medium, new, create. And we'll give that a minute to work through. And then hopefully my demo works. So by using that automation rule, whenever, you know, it has to fit whatever criteria, and that's where you kind of have to get creative with inside your organization of how you want it to be, right? So it's assigned it to me, it set it to active and change the severity to high. We could very well have it go do a multiple of other options, right? So looking at those automation rules here, so that's where these playbooks start to come in. All these playbooks here are related to logic apps. So one here is block Azure AD user. Let me go look at this one real quick. So looking at that, let me switch back here and show you the analytics rule one more time. So whenever a user is created that doesn't match our rule naming convention, UEM dot whatever, it's going to raise an incident. So if we go look at our incidents here, we can see that we have a user account was created. So if I want to look at the full details of this one, I can take ownership of this one, active, and assign it to me. And I can see that this wrong user at model UEM lab was created. So if I look over here, refresh, wrong user, count status is enabled. So as a SOC analyst, if I'm in here, if I want to be able to run some automation on here, we have that playbook set up where I want to block Azure AD user. So basically what that logic app is going to do is going to pull this user ID information out of this incident, and it's going to go and disable that user. And let's see if it's a second to run. And this automatically goes and sets that account status to disabled. So that's just like one example, and you really got to start to think about how and what type of automation you'd want in your organization, right? So if you wanted to have a incident responder right up at front, you can start to look at what are those steps that you would want a user or an analyst to do. You know, do we just want to isolate the device because we have those capabilities kind of built into those different pieces of automation? So we can run antivirus, isolate the machine. We can enrich information about the IP address. We can get virus total information. And then there's just tons of different playbooks that are already built in and other custom ones that are out there from people in the community to enrich or take action on. And you can start to look through here and see, you know, we're looking at that risky user, right? So we can confirm that that Azure AD user is risky, right? We can create tickets, update tickets. We can dismiss Azure AD risky user. And, you know, not just within the Microsoft, right? Carbon Black, CrowdStrike, post message in the Teams, right? There's just tons and tons of automation. And that's really where the power starts to come in to this, is being able to do more with less, right? So if we have all these different playbooks across those different analytic rules for those activities, we can, as soon as an incident would come in, right? So we could say, well, this user was disabled, or this user account was created. Maybe we don't even want the analyst to come in here and then have to click incident actions and run that run book. Maybe we want to set a automation rule that would say, oops, automation. Like here, block Azure AD users. So when the incident is created, right, and the analytic rule is the user account using the incorrect naming format, and we set the severity to high, it's automatically going to run that block Azure AD user. So we don't have to run that. We could either, if it just comes in from this analytic rule, or once we set it to high, or if it just comes in like that, it just runs it automatically.